Global Amazing Shake 2025. My name is Kirk Brown, Chief Development and Communications Officer here at RCA.
And I'm Kim Bearden, the co-founder and executive director, and we are so excited to be here in the Gauntlet round. And we've added a new correspondent to the Amazing Shake News team.
Switching it up for y'all.
Yes, Niles Boyd is a graduate of the class of 2017 from the Ron Kirk Academy. Also a
2016,
graduate, 2016, see, I'm trying to age him. Trying to make him younger. Also a graduate of the University of Miami, and most notably now an employee at the Ron Kirk Academy. And so we are going to go live to the Gauntlet floor and let him get some feedback from some of the people in the galleries, some of the chaperones, the educators who are here, and also give us a tour of all these incredible stations.
Yes, so Niles, how is it looking out there for you, sir?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, as you can see. Oh my goodness, it is showtime at the Apollo. I feel so good right now. Now listen, we have the kids going through our Gauntlet round here at the Amazing Shake, but I wanted to first start with our wonderful chaperones, because without them, this wouldn't even be possible. And ladies and gentlemen, they look almost more worried than the kids. Come on, let's interview a couple of them. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling today? You feeling good? You feeling good? Come on, let me talk to you first. Come on, now. Come on, Angela.
Okay.
Now, Miss Angela, tell me, where are you from originally?
Salisbury, North Carolina.
Salisbury, North Carolina, y'all. Now, tell me, what is it like being on the other side, watching your kiddos do something as amazing as the Amazing Shake?
It is so awesome. These are my two colleagues. We're from Millbridge Elementary School. I'm the assistant principal, our school counselor, and a fourth grade teacher. And it is amazing to see how much work they put into everything, and we're so proud of them.
Well, Millbridge is representing. Shout out to Salisbury, North Carolina. We love y'all so much. Now, who's next? Who's next? In fact, let me get up here. Excuse me, let me get up here. Let me scoot right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this guy and I go way back. In fact, he met me when I was in middle school before the Lord blessed me with this beard, okay? So, it is so good.
You look good.
I'm trying to get like you one day, so I like that too. Tell me, how does it feel? You've seen this Amazing Shake evolve over the last decade. You've seen the school evolve. Tell me what it's like to see it in its current iteration.
It is an amazing evolution. From the very first time I visited the school, during the first teacher visitation, I've been here since the very beginning, and to see the Amazing Shake develop as an opportunity for the magic of RCA to be expanded beyond the walls of this school, to be an opportunity for students nationwide and globally to be part of this amazing experience has been truly exceptional and transformational for schools like mine, where students can be part of this special magic.
It's truly awesome. Now, tell me, in your opinion, what is the one thing you want your students to get out of this competition?
Sure, I think it's that poise under pressure, right?
Yes.
I think this is a pressure cauldron, and students have to face these challenges. And I think as educators and as a parent myself, I think wanting children to be resilient in the face of challenges and this idea of this intense pressure and being able to have some poise in that environment is so critical in a complicated and challenging world.
See, I couldn't have said that better myself, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
and
he
this
could
is
have.
why
Yes,
he's
he
here.
could have.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing here is revolutionary, and we are so glad that we now have other schools that are hopping on the train to take this ride with us. The Amazing Shake is truly something special. Chaperone, give us up one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen, we got a lot coming up. I'm going to be in and out the Gauntlet. I'm going to be live on the scene, on the ground with you guys, but I'm going to turn it back to Kirk and Kim, and they are going to do it just like they do it. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Niles. Yes, as you can see, Niles is actually a student who has been through the Gauntlet at the Amazing Shake, and you can see it served him well because he is a natural. He was speaking there most notably with Brian Sinchak from Lakewood Catholic Academy, and as Brian said, he has been bringing educators here. He, as an educator, has been coming since the very, very beginning, and when the school opened in 2007. So he's a dear friend of the Academy, and Lakewood Catholic Academy, he's the president there. They have done incredible things with their Amazing Shake and so much of the teaching that they do there at their school. So we love having him here as a dear friend, and all of those educators who are here. It takes a lot for these educators. They give up their personal time to work with these kids and coach them outside of class time, in addition to within the school day, and to bring them here as chaperones and spend a few days in Atlanta. It's a lot. You've got some kids who are sometimes teary-eyed, anxious, a little bit nervous, and to really be that comfort support system for them as well. We're so grateful.
Yeah, Brian Sinchak and the team at Lakewood Catholic Academy are dear friends. They do the Amazing Shake incredible, and every year, incredibly well, and every year they bring students to the global competition, which we absolutely love. And so shout out to Niles for going up and talking to him and all the chaperones who are there in the gallery supporting their students this morning for the Global Amazing Shake competition. And Niles is just so great. You already know he's going to bring the energy. Niles is University of Miami graduate, broadcast journalism major. So this is what an opportunity for him to come back to RCA, his alma mater, but then put that broadcast degree to use as well. So I think he's ready to kind of show us what's happening on the Gauntlet floor. So we're going to go back to him live on the Gauntlet floor. He's going to walk us around so you kind of get a first-hand view of what is happening down there on the Gauntlet floor. So Niles, how are we looking out there, sir?
Well, it feels good to be back with you, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live here on the Gauntlet floor, as it was stated, and we are at our first station. It is the Mirrorless Motivational Speech, okay? Now, behind me is a wonderful, incredible hall of adventures and mirrors where the students can stop and take a look and get a reflection of themselves and tell them what they need to know and what they need to feel from their own personal perspective before they start the Gauntlet. Now, I think this is an incredible station because, listen, sometimes you have to encourage yourself before anybody else can encourage you before a competition like this. And I love it. And if we could go in there, you would hear some of these kids are wise beyond their years, and they're saying some pretty incredible stuff to get them put themselves motivated.
That's right. They have to give a pep talk to themselves in one of those mirrors. I think that would be awkward and hard to do. I don't speak to a mirror, but some of these kids, I can't wait to hear what the things they said were.
I mean, listen, I'm telling you, I don't even know what I would say to myself if I had to come to a competition like this and do a carnival ride, but I'm sure, I think I will come up with something, but I'm telling you, it's actually amazing to see what these kids can come up with. Now, I have another thing that I want to show you guys. We're going to come over here if you want to follow me. Now, this is our Dunk a Judge station, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the cool thing about this station is that kids have to engage in a conversation with the judge while trying to get them dunked in water. Now, I don't know about you, but that's going to be pretty hard to do. They have to make sure that they're keeping eye contact, they're keeping engagement, and they are allowing themselves to also make sure they're hitting the target so that they can get the judge in. Pretty cool, huh?
And you wonder, are some of them afraid to dunk him because they're afraid that he might not be happy and they might score low? It's interesting to see even the psychology of that. Do I go for it, or do I just try to be the nice person to this person? But Niles, when you were showing us that we could not help but see the head of lettuce there, Chad Koenig, one of our incredible board members, is actually sitting there as a head of lettuce in this table. You've got to pan to that right there and see they have to be able to explain how to fix that attraction. It's pretty hilarious to look at.
Hey, it is pretty hilarious. Now, I just want to make sure, sorry, the IFB cut off. Which station did you want us to go to?
Right here, the head of lettuce. We're looking at the floating head.
Oh my goodness. That's what I thought. Now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get ahead of the curve. I like it.
Get ahead. I love it.
Now, the cool thing about this station, this is our headless, bodiless man exhibit. Now, one of our amazing board members is here. They are now showing you what an expensive ride this is in the Carnival, and kids get to actually pitch how they want to use this ride, how they're actually going to keep themselves focused. Because listen, I don't know about you, but if I saw something like this at the Thanksgiving table, Kirk and Kim, I might lose my mind. Okay?
I might lose my head.
To stay focused. This is taking a head of lettuce to something I can't even describe.
I love it.
I love it. And Chad is always a great sport every year. We give him the most difficult stations to manage, and he always does it with a smile on his face. So we appreciate you. Shout out to Chad.
I love it.
Yes, and we got more to come, okay?
Yes.
So now I want to take you over here, right? Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I went to a carnival, the one thing I couldn't stand was the ring toss, ladies and gentlemen. Now, students here get 3 rings that they get to toss, okay? And they have to make sure they're making it while keeping up good conversation and also making sure that they're showing gratitude and they are showing that they appreciate the experience that's happening. Because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in life, while you're doing things, you may not hit the target. You may not get the stuffed animal. You may not get the prize, but you still have to be grateful for the experience and show that you are glad to be here. I mean, guys, what a life lesson to learn in such a great station.
Yes, and I love how it looks. And Kim was telling us earlier now is that they are actually the tops of these bottles are kind of wonky, so it makes it difficult on purpose for the students to actually land the ring on the bottle.
It's rigged.
Who knew that?
They're not straight little tops, so it's some luck there. If you look, they're all curved different directions. So see, that's why you have a hard time, Niles. Don't take a date to the ring toss to try to win an animal. Spend the money on something else.
Listen, I'm telling you, one of these days, I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to come back with a stuffed animal next year at the Amazing Shake. I'm telling you guys.
Somebody got one on. She got one on there.
Hey, fall down 6, get up 7. But you know what's crazy? I don't even think that this is the most compelling station.
All right.
You come with me over here to our cotton candy station, okay? Now, although the treat may be sweet, okay, I don't think that the person working the station is feeling so sweet. Let me explain, okay? The person that's creating this cotton candy kind of feels down. He wants to quit his job. He wants to get out of here. So the question is, what is that student? What are students going to say to help motivate this individual to want to come to work, to want to create cotton candy, and to want to do it with zeal and enthusiasm? Now, I think this is incredible because sometimes in life, we have to motivate others on our team as leaders in order to get them through the day. As you know, Kurt, Kim, as you are leaders in this school, sometimes we have off days, but it's up to us as leaders to lift up our team and make sure that we keep them pushing so that the bus can keep moving. And as you can see right now, first of all, I love my man's hat right here, okay?
That was a great hat.
Now, if my head wasn't so big, I'd have to take that off of him, okay? 2, I love the suit. But 3, I want you to see the engagement the student has. I want you to see how he's connecting and looking with the man in the eyes. You can see the compassion, you can feel the empathy, and you can feel that he's trying to get this man on a better path and get him in better spirits. And that's what the Amazing Shake is all about.
Yeah, you can really see he was using a lot of hand gestures. He had good eye contact. He had a warm smile. You definitely can read a lot without even hearing what's being said.
Absolutely, a lot that you can tell from the body language, and I loved how he was smiling, leaning in, and really communicating with that judge. That's exactly what the judges are looking for in this competition.
Absolutely.
Absolutely amazing. And you know, another thing too, talking about leadership. We were just talking about how leaders can uplift their team. Well, this right here is the ultimate station for leadership. It is our Carnival job interview.
Yes.
Now, the main question that we have is, why should we hire you to lead the show? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but this has always been my kryptonite when it comes to interview questions. Tell me about yourself, or why should we hire you? Because, you know, growing up, we were always taught to be humble and allow other people to brag about us rather than ourselves. But I believe here at the Amazing Shake, we're not teaching kids to brag about themselves, but to advocate for themselves. Because if you are supposed to lead, if you don't believe in yourself and you can't pitch yourself to be a leader, why would someone want to follow you? So I think this station is incredible. It's teaching kids to learn how to use their words nicely, to make sure that they understand how to come off assertive but not aggressive, to come off confident but not cocky. Man, this is incredible. Don't you guys think?
Niles, you put it exactly well. I mean, that is what the judges are looking for. How do you balance all those characteristics to come off in a way that is not too much, but still is true to who you are, and you can speak up for yourself. So you're spot on with how you describe that. So I love that, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely incredible. And you know, what's crazy, right? We're talking about how different people react to different questions like that. Like I said, you know, I had trouble answering questions on talking about myself. And I think that's because of my inherent personality that I had. And if we're talking about personalities, I think this next station is what is actually going to be the kicker. Now, if you come over here, you're going to see this giant chessboard, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, we ain't playing no games over here, okay? This chessboard is not just here for good looks. What the judges are looking for is for someone to accurately pick out which chess piece describes their personality the best, okay? Now, here's the thing. If I were to pick, I got it. If I were to pick for me, I would pick the king. Not because I'm a king of some sorts, but here's why. The king can move in any direction, but it only can move one space in that direction, okay?
All right.
And here's the thing about the king and how I like to move. I try not to jump ahead in life. I try not to dive head first and go way overboard on things. I try to take things one step at a time in any direction I go. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we never know what life is going to throw at us, so it doesn't make sense to go full speed ahead. My mom always taught me slow and steady wins the race, and you have to take it minute by minute, round by round, and day by day. And I think that's why I would like this piece. But I'm more interested in wondering what you two would pick for your piece.
Oh, man.
Well, first of all, give this young man a 20-point score. Can I have your scorecard right now?
Scorecard, please. That is a 20, Niles.
So I think this is probably I don't like the name pawn because it sounds like it can be taken advantage of. Whereas you like to move one step at a time. You know, I'm just like straight ahead, right? So isn't it the pawn? They can go any direction, any way, as many spaces as possible. Is it the pawn? Which piece is it? Help me out on that.
I think so.
Yes.
Which one we pointing to? Tell me which one. Tell me which one for you.
You're gonna see. This is the thing. Every time I played, just as a side note, every time I played chess with my sons, when they were younger, they would change the rules. And so I think that I don't have an accurate. You know, Niles, you're friends with my sons. I don't think I have an accurate assessment of all of the pieces in chess because they kept changing the rules on me.
Yeah, there
However,
are pawns. There are 8
the
pawns.
A pawn. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to be called a pawn because that sounds like I'm submissive and I'm not. But I like the fact that they're fast moving. They can go any direction. So
Well,
there's
you know
a
what?
difference.
If I
I want
were
to be
to
able to
pick
go
you-
any direction, anytime I want to be versatile. I want to have many different facets to my
Yes.
personality. I can go any way, any direction, anytime I need to, and get there quickly.
Well, you
There
know
you go.
what?
I'm a
Miss-
pawn.
You know what, Miss Bearden? Let me tell you something. You're the queen in my book any day.
Oh,
Okay?
thank you.
You know what?
Thank you.
You're powerful, you're strong, you can move anywhere you want, and you can do what you want, and you're always going to be one of the most important pieces on the board, okay?
You see why Niles got A's in my class when he was my student before, because he's also a charmer. So there you
Oh, I love it. You know what's crazy? Now, we're talking about games, okay? We're talking about Carnival rides, but we also know that at the Carnival, at any point in time, something can get lost, okay, ladies and gentlemen?
Absolutely.
So where do we find it? Follow me, okay? This right here is our lost and found station. Now, students will have to come up to the judges, okay, and they will have to tell them that they lost something and convince the judges to find it. Now, the question is, what did they lose? Well, I don't know. That's up for them to choose. Are they going to go literal and physical? Maybe they lost a dog. Maybe they lost a book. Are they going to go metaphysical, spiritual, mental? Maybe they lost their sense of creativity or imagination. It's all about the student's ability to sell it. And you know what's crazy about this question? I find it that a lot of times when we as humans talk about the things we lost, we find ourselves a little more. And I think that's such a critical thing to do at this age. What do y'all think?
Wow.
spitting words of wisdom right here on the Gauntlet floor. Niles Boyd giving us a little motivational minute at each station as well. I love it. I love it so much.
Come
what
through.
would you say you lost, Kirk?
Oh my goodness. A motivational minute there. What would I have lost?
See, he set the bar high for us.
I
now.
know. I don't know.
Well, we got the lost questions. Come right this way. You see, we're right in the middle of the action. I mean, I'm in students' way. They're coming up here. This is what's great about the
The
amazing
key is
thing.
how to be memorable, right? Because there's probably a ton of lost cell phones, a ton of lost purses. How are you memorable about this? I think that's the key, that even if it makes the judge laugh.
I got it.
Yes.
I would say that I would lose my sense of, what is the word?
Je ne sais quoi.
Here's the smooth criminal, ladies and gentlemen.
The word just literally had at the tip of my tongue and I lost it. That's what it was. I lost my word. And I've got to figure out how to get it back. And what do you do to do that? You think about the people that are close to you, what's important to you, and eventually the word will come back. Potentially, maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But I lost my word in that moment, and how do I recover to then think about what that word is? How do I connect? Well, I have conversations with the judges. I have, I build a connection right there in the moment, and maybe eventually it'll come back. I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah.
I see on this one, I think I'd go more for humor. Like, I am 59 now, so I've lost my firm skin. I don't know.
You know what? You two
I
are
can
a
say
trip.
I lost my hairline.
Listen, we're not talking about
And I
that yet.
don't have
'cause
my glasses right now, so I've lost.
I lost my glasses.
lost my
Help me,
eyesight.
please. I done lost everything. It's falling
Man.
apart. Help me.
Listen, KB. Yeah, the hairline joke is too soon. You see these things, they're thinning over here, okay? I'm old, but I ain't that old,
You
okay,
can go to
ladies
Ben
and
Walker's
gentlemen.
barber.
But
He'll
see,
hook you up. He'll hook you up.
The lost and found station is something that we truly value here.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? Talking about with one of our chaperones, we talked about the poise under pressure.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If we're going to start putting some pressure, let's really start applying it. If you go into this room right here, you have a judge that is pretty creepy, pretty weird, pretty odd. They're holding up a sign, and the kids have to read it, and the kids have to speak to that judge. Now, here is the kicker. I highly doubt that in a job interview, your boss or CEO is going to dress up as Pennywise and scare you in the dark. But what we're teaching the kids here is that you have to stay calm under pressure. Can you face your fear? What happens when you're in a room of 1,000 people and your biggest fear is public speaking? Can you still do the job? What happens when your biggest fear is to work a room round and you're overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people that you have to talk to? Can you calm yourself down, take a minute, breathe, and execute? That's what we're teaching the kids here, ladies and gentlemen. We like to mask it with fun, but we always have a purpose to the madness. I think it's pretty cool, guys, if I do say so myself.
You know, it's interesting in that particular round because the judge is not speaking at all. So I would assume some students are going to just talk incessantly, and others are probably going to just wait for the next card and only give very specific one-word answers. And you've got to have a balance between that.
Definitely
like, how
balance.
are you engaging in conversation? Oh, well, that's a question I've never been asked before. Well, let me tell you, are they going to be able to handle it that way, or are they just sitting there waiting for the next card? You've only got 1 minute. So how do you make the most of that 1 minute to convey as much information as you can in a way that makes you memorable?
It makes you memorable. Yep.
You know what's crazy? The 1 minute piece. These students have like 60 seconds per round. Okay, so when we're teaching kids to do what's quality over quantity, we got to make sure that we're teaching students how to be quick, succinct, and direct, and precise with their words and their personality, so that people can actually be able to convey, who they are in a short amount of time. Now, this is one of the cool things I think is really cool about the social media age, because we've learned how to keep people's attention in a short amount of time, and I think it's actually playing well to the students here, and they're doing a great job. Now, talking about keeping people's attention, everybody is attent and alert in a haunted house. Now, if you come this way with me, all right, this is our haunted hallway, where judges are going to allow students to walk here and explain what they would do to create a haunted house in a carnival. Now, I think it's pretty cool, because what this is testing is showing the students' mindset, their creativity. You know what's crazy? I don't think one haunted house will look the same as another haunted house, because that's the beauty of the human mind. We have an infinite amount of opportunities and expansions within these people's brains that can really show out in something like this. I mean, it's pretty incredible, don't you guys think?
Well, Niles, I do have to give a little bit of information here, and let's let the viewers know that haunted houses are not your forte.
Oh, listen. No, they're not.
Definitely not.
As a child, I took Niles through a haunted house, but his head was under my armpit the entire time. He didn't see any of it.
You know,
I just kept his head on my back. He would not look up. I just had to keep saying, just keep walking, Niles. Just keep walking.
You know what's crazy? I'll tell you this, right? Okay, if you really wanted me to have a good time in the haunted house and actually show some kind of bravery, all you had to do was put me near my middle school crush, and I promise you, I'll tighten up. Okay, that's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. Okay, I'm not going to call it out over on the airwaves.
I just told you keep your eyes closed and keep walking. It's the only way I can
That's all he
get
did.
through it.
That's all he did. Listen, if Miss Bearden was there, I believe if your mom was there, go ahead and curl up in them arms, okay? But I love the haunted house thing, but it's a great way to show creativity. Although it's not my forte, I would have loved this station, because I would have loved to see what I maybe would have come up with.
Right.
It's really incredible and cool, okay? So, we're coming here. We got a lot to go.
Yeah, so we've got the leadership card
The
game.
leadership card game right over here, ladies. Now, this leadership card game is about seeing what would happen if your students designed a new card game, and what would the rules be, okay? Now, I'm going to say, I'm probably going to disappoint a lot of my family members out there, but I don't really know how to play a lot of card games. I missed that part of the cookout. I don't know how to play spades. I got a good I Declare War in me, maybe, but my card game of choice was Uno, and yes, I stack cards, okay? If you do differently, I have a church service to go for you on Monday, but it's okay.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't know. It's incredible to think. You know what, guys? If you were creating a card game, tell me, what would you put the rules to be?
Wow. Well, I love Uno, so I would definitely be. It would definitely be a version of Uno, and how you stack it and how you win. People's got all different versions of how you play Uno, but whether it's numbers, stacking them, yes, you can put a draw 4 on top of a draw 2. That's how I grew up playing it. So it would be a version of a card game. Or there's a game about your black card revoke, a version of that. How do you test, how can you keep your black card? Did you watch these movies growing up? Right, that kind of thing as well.
See, I would do Uno, but I wouldn't say stacks are allowed, because I think sometimes you get too many people trying to make a decision and it's not effective. You get too many things in the stack, it doesn't work. But I would still have the switch card, because sometimes you do have to switch directions. You have to be able to adjust. Sometimes you have to be clever and have that wild card thought in there. But it would not be a stacks version, because I feel like sometimes a small group can help make decisions that everybody else has to follow.
You know what? I would love to play those games with you, okay? I just would like to say, though, I can't put any more money on the line the way my check-ins and my savings work. I can't afford to gamble right now. But I'd love, we'll put some chips on the line. How about that?
We like that.
You know what? Another thing that I like to see, that, we're going through the different stations, Station 12, Station 13. What I like about Station 13 is here, it brings us a good question. They ask us in a game, would you rather have luck or skill? In life, would you rather have luck or a skill? Now, I think that there's a perfect answer to all of this, okay? Depending on the person. But for you, Kurt, Kim.
Yes.
Luck or skill, what would you rather have in this game of life?
In this game of life, for me, I would say I would go with luck initially.
Okay.
Put me in a space where I can be lucky to maybe get into the room, and then once I'm there, I can use those around me to go back and find and work on those skills so that I can continue to move up. But who wouldn't want to if you got $1 million, you're lucky. Wow, what can I do with that? I can use some of that to go and get further education, to develop a skill, to meet folks, make introductions. And so I think I would go with luck first and then work on those skills in another area of life.
And as a classic type A personality, I would say skill. Because when I'm lucky, I want to be prepared to use that luck in the best way possible. Yeah. So I want to have those skills to be able to know what to do with that luck. No matter what it is, if I'm prepared when it does hit me, I would know exactly what to do with it.
Yes. You know, what's crazy, a good mentor of mine always told me, never let your charisma take you where your character can't keep you.
There we go.
And you know, what I've always believed is this. I love luck. But I'm in a season in life where I think I'm trying to really develop my skills because I'm tired of dealing with imposter syndrome. Yes. I don't know who else is dealing with that here out in life, but ladies and gentlemen, the only way you can deal with imposter syndrome is to outwork it and develop the skills to where it's undeniable that you deserve to be in the place and have the title that you are supposed to have. Yeah. So for me, I think I might go with skill, but I can't lie, like Daft Punk, I am up all night to get lucky, so I wouldn't mind. You know
I'm just saying, there's a lot to
you are highly skilled. You may not even realize you're so highly skilled, so that's why you're going for luck. You already got the skill.
Yeah, yes. I just think there's a lot of people with a lot of talented skills that they don't get the opportunity to get in those rooms or break through, and so if you're giving me the shot to get in there, I'm going for it.
Now, if you said opportunity, I think that's a different word than luck.
Yeah,
you know, absolutely, and like you said,
you
know, the good thing about this competition is we don't ask a lot of questions with the quote-unquote right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
We don't. We don't like to ask a lot of black and white questions because guess what? Life isn't black and white. A lot of times we have to live in the gray. And it's cool being able to live in the gray with these kids and see their perspective on life. Now, speaking on perspective on life, there's a couple things in life that I don't like. As you know, we have haunted houses. I also don't like clowns. Now, I'm not deathly scared of them, but if I see one walking down the side of the street, I'm probably going to step on the other side of the street, okay? But one of the questions that people have to say is, why do people, and this is at station 16, why do people have a fear of clowns? Why do they have a fear of clowns? What is it about them that makes people feel so terrified to have them around? Now, I don't know about you two, but did you have a fear of clowns growing up, or is it just me?
Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah.
I get
it. See, but I'm in the Bozo. There used to be a television show called Bozo the Clown, and he was everybody's favorite clown, and he was like all about the kids, and he wasn't scary. Somebody turned that into It, or whatever that movie was.
Yeah.
I think it's the movies.
It definitely is. It's scary, but I wasn't afraid of clowns at all.
Or dolls. I had a lot of dolls, and some people are terrified of dolls, too, as well.
No, hey, I don't know. I'm in the middle on how I feel about clowns. Don't love them, don't hate them, but some people just can't stand them. But I think it's a great way to talk about fear. A lot of times in life, we shy away from what we're afraid of. But if we can deal with the things that we're afraid of most, we can actually get to where we want to be quicker. Because the fear is the biggest obstacle we have. And you know, we're talking about obstacles. There's always going to be obstacles in life and in business. And you know what? The Carnival business is no different than any other. Now, one of the last stations that we have is when people get to actually talk to a judge and say what they would like to improve upon in the Carnival business. Now, I think there's a multitude of different ways you can answer this question. You can go in scorched earth and just, you know, rag on the Carnival business, or maybe you can take more of a softer approach. It's always cool to see what people have an eye out for improvement. That's the beautiful thing about having a team. Some people see things in different ways and want to implement different systems to actually improve the experience of the customer. Now tell me, ladies and gentlemen, at home, if you want to in the chat, if you have one of those, and for you, Kurt and Kim, if there was one thing that you would like to improve about the Carnival business, what would it be?
Wow.
No cotton candy. I think
we gotta have cotton candy.
The only food seems
to
be
cotton
candy.
No cotton candy? Come on now.
I don't feel like there's a lot of things for people to do if they don't like the Carnival throwing games. I feel like there needs to be some interactive family type things, but also some things that maybe the kids would find more cool. It might be a little bit dated, perhaps, at the Carnival that we have right here.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe fixing the bottles so that more folks can win in the ring toss.
I'm really disturbed you with telling you that.
I know.
Man, let me tell you something. If it was me, I'm doing the 2 C's, cost and calories, okay? All right? I mean, it takes arm and leg to buy a corn dog, and it's about 1,000 calories to eat at the carnival. So if I could do that, I'm telling you, I think we'd be making millions. Let's have a healthy, cost-friendly carnival. We'd be making bake, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know what? I think perhaps, too, because a lot of these employees have been told to be kind of broken down employees. So
Yes.
I think a lot of the things about employee morale, doing some incentives for your employees to make them really feel some ownership of the ideas of the carnival, I think that would be important, because it'll be interesting to see. I think some kids, what they may do, if they really don't think it through, they're just going to start saying add all these things, but then the judges have been told to say, well, how are you going to pay for that?
Yeah.
So, how do you make it cost effective? That's part of running an effective business as well. So which students really have an understanding of that idea versus the ones
know what?
that say, oh, you should add rides and more rides and more rides,
How do you add some technology to it? I think that's a great way to think about it.
You know, as always, you guys bring up some wonderful points, and I love the way you guys describe that. And you know what's crazy? We talked about the gauntlet round, but you know what? Where there's a beginning, there's always an end. And you know what? I actually want to catch up with some of the students as they just got finished with the gauntlet round. You know what? Come and follow me.
I would love
once the
that.
students are done here, okay, they're going to come behind this set, and they're going to get all set up and ready and waiting to go. Now, they've made it here. This is your respite, okay? This is your time where you can take a breath because you've done it. You've completed the very first stage of the Amazing Shake. You know what? Once you get one round done, it's easier to get the other rounds done, okay? We have our people here on standby waiting, and you know what? After you get done doing all of this, okay, you can finally be proud of yourself that you made it through the gauntlet. I remember like it was yesterday when I was going through this gauntlet a long time ago, and I remember once I got through it, the amount of nerves I had, how I felt like I did things wrong, or I can nitpick. I would choose and look at every interaction that I had, and I was thinking to myself, what could I did better? And you know, the crazy thing is I didn't even know my score, and I just remember the anxiety that I had, and I just remember always having to take a deep breath and first just saying, you did it. You got it done, kid. There's not a lot of people that can say they've made it through an RCA gauntlet. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Mr.
that's
Clark's
pretty
right.
cool.
Mr. Clark's right there behind you. Let's get some reaction from him.
Oh my goodness. Now look who we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Clark, the co-founder of our school, one of the people that pioneered the Amazing Shake, and one of my favorite people in the world. Mr. Clark, how has today been?
It's been incredible to watch the energy, the excitement of the students, to see them test all of the skills they've been practicing. It's been wonderful. There's a lot of joy in the building.
Now, you remember when we used to do the Amazing Shake back in the day, and the very first time, it was just staff members just around the school, and we were just doing actual handshakes, and I believe the winner got a briefcase. Wasn't it Rashad, I believe, in 2012? And now look what it's grown to. We have over 400 students here today from all across the world wanting to participate in this revolution. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. It feels wonderful when a lot of people come together to make magic happen. I had a little idea, but look at all the people who have taken it, they ran with it. It's beautiful.
It is. And you know, it's crazy. What is one of your favorite Amazing Shake memories that you've had over this past a decade for you?
One year, we actually decided to give an iPad to the winner, and Jacob wanted the iPad. He was like, I want this iPad, and he tried so hard. He was the runner-up. Mariah won the Amazing Shake. When she won the iPad, she said, Jacob, you should have that. And so she gave him the iPad. It was a beautiful moment, which kind of sums up what this competition is about. Grace, kindness, appreciation, soft skills, how to treat other people. I loved it.
It's awesome and amazing. Jacob was a part of my class, the class of 2016, Mariah, the class of 2014. So many amazing moments. I know you got things to do, so we'll let you get to it, but it was great meeting with you again. Yes, sir. All right, now, come out here, ladies and gentlemen, to our final thing. We're gonna come out here to our final destination right here. Yes. And this, we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna open here. But this is where our students finish out, okay? I'm gonna pop this open. I'm gonna pop this open. We're gonna come out here. Now this is where, what's up, man? How we feeling? You ready? You ready? I like that suit, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. We're live. We're ready. But this is where our students end. This is where our time ends. But ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad that you were able to join us here and see all that's happening in the Gauntlet. We got a lot more going on, and you're going to be in incredible hands because Ms. Bearden, Mr. Brown is going to be here, and I'll probably pop back in when we are announcing our actual interviewers that made it to the next round. But guys, thank you for allowing me to go through the Gauntlet. I hope that we we're just able to get a taste and show you how truly amazing this is.
Absolutely, Niles. You killed that.
There you go. Gauntlet Gems by Niles Boyd. We think that. We got some life lessons in there, some
Motivational minutes.
and a lot of information. And the reason we actually are finishing up the Gauntlet round, some of the booths are actually closing out. There is one more set of students to come through, so that's why I didn't interview that student. He has not yet actually gone through his Gauntlet competition,
Yes.
so we wanted to leave him alone. But how exciting, and that gives you an idea of the kinds of things these kids are having to do. It's a lot, and it takes some stamina, because from here you go straight into the work the room situation.
Straight into the work the room, where they've got to navigate a room with like 70 judges, have to get around and make as many meaningful connections as possible, and getting enough scores so that they could advance on potentially to the next round. And so this is just round one of the competition. Immediately they go to that next round, and the scores are tabulated to see which of those students are going to be a part of the top 50 in the Global Amazing Shake competition.
So we'll be coming back to you later this afternoon when the top 50 are announced.
Yep.
And at that time, we'll be live so you can see who those top 50 are. Make sure one more time to give a shout out to your school, your students that are competing, if you have any here for the Global Shake. And we will see you later on. We will be narrowing down 414 students to 50. So there will be some broken hearts here, but also the students are still going to have a great time, even those who don't move forward, because we've got a big party tonight.
Yep.
They're here to be able to cheer on the members of their crew, their teams, and everything. They've done a great job. And so a lot more excitement is yet to come, and some great surprises as the competition continues.
Yep, so that's going to be it again from round one of the Global Amazing Shake competition, powered by our presenting sponsor, Inspire Foundation. And we'll see you a little bit later for the top 50 announcements. See you later, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Fred, and this is...
Hi, Brooklyn. My name is Brian. I'm one of the attractions here at the Carnival. I'm the bodiless man. This booth, it costs us an arm and a leg to operate, but people just don't seem that impressed by it.
I think it's pretty impressive.
Can you give us some suggestions on how to make it even more exciting?